We have quadrilateral PQRS drawn in an 8 centimeter by 10 centimeter rectangle ABCD. So here's our rectangle ABCD, and here is PQRS. That's a quadrilateral. S, P, Q, and R, those are all midpoints of each side. So R is the midpoint of side DC, and so on. What kind of quadrilateral is PQRS? Well, one thing we know is that since each midpoint must bisect the side, this has to be length 8, assuming that it's drawn to scale, and that's the shorter side. That will make this 4 and 4. And since it's a rectangle, those side lengths have to also be congruent. And this side must be of length 10, and that's in centimeters. I guess I could write in those units just to be thorough, which will make this 5 and 5, since S is the midpoint of A and D. And because it's a rectangle and Q is the midpoint of B and C, those are also 5. Now, since that's the case, all of our side lengths here, by the Pythagorean theorem, because we have a rectangle here, so because it's a rectangle, we know that these are all right angles. And that makes all of the sides congruent by the Pythagorean theorem. We could solve for those, but we don't need to. And if these were right angles here, we would have a square because the sides are all congruent if these were all right angles, but they're not. And so instead of a square, we have a rhombus. So we can say this is a rhombus because all 4 sides are congruent, but the angles are not right angles.